Namaste everyone. Welcome to third lecture of pair of linear equations in two variable. In this lecture, we are going to see algebraic method of solving pair of linear equation. In that we will see substitution method and we will solve exercise 3.3 based on substitution method. The graphical method is not convenient in case when the point representing the solution of the linear equation has non-integral coordinate like 1.33, 2.97, 1 by 3, 4 by 9, root 3, root 5, etc. In the previous lecture we have seen how graphically we can find the solution. But suppose the two lines are intersecting at point 1.33, 2.97. Then in that case precisely you are not able to say that the coordinate of that point is 1.33, 2.97. Definitely we are going to do some mistake. Either we will say that it is 1.5, 3, right, or 1, 3, like that. So there is a full chance of mistake to find the wrong solution in case the solutions are like this. So there is every possibility of making mistake while reading such coordinates. So there are different other methods. So there are various algebraic methods by which we can solve the problem where we can avoid such mistakes. So there are different algebraic methods by which we can get exact solution. Now here in 10th standard we are going to study substitution method, elimination method and cross multiplication method to find the solutions of pair of linear equation algebraically. Algebraically means there is no need to draw the line on the graph paper. Now here this cross multiplication method is excluded from the syllabus for year 2020-21. Now let us see substitution method first. We will first see different steps which we are going to follow to find the solution. So our first step is find the value of one variable, say y, in terms of other variable, that is x, from either equation whichever is convenient. So we have given two equations. Now the two equations are in two variable x and y. So from any of the two equation I will either find the value of y in terms of x or I will find the value of x in terms of y. In the second step, substitute this value of y. So here as we are finding y in terms of x, so in second step what I will do, I will substitute this value of y in other equation and reduce it to an equation in one variable, that is in terms of x, which can be solved. Now see, there are two equations, equation 1 and equation 2. Suppose I use equation 2 and find the value of y in terms of x. So the value of y in terms of x which I find from equation number 2, that value of y in terms of x I will substitute in equation 1. Okay. So if I find the value of y in terms of x from equation 1, then I substitute this value in equation 2, and if I find the value of y in terms of x from equation 2, then I will substitute this value in equation 1. Now by doing this I will get an equation in one variable and I can find the value of that variable by solving it. Once I get the value of x, say in this case I will get the value of x, I will put that value in y what I have find in step number 1 and I will get the solution. Now sometime you get a statement with no variable, right? When I put value of y in terms of x in other equation, what will happen? I will get some statement which does not include any of the variable. So in that case, if this statement is true, you can conclude that the pair of linear equation has infinite many solution, and if the statement is false, then the pair of linear equation is inconsistent, that is it does not have any solution. So we have three cases, whether we have a unique solution, we have infinite solution, or we have no solution. So when we get some statement which does not include any variable and that statement or that equation is true, that is left hand side and right hand side both are same value, then I will say that we have infinite mini solution. And if my left hand side and right hand side values are not same, like at left hand side I got 2 and at right hand side I got 3, then in that case I will say that there is no solution, the lines are inconsistent. Step number 3 is substitute the value of x. So in step number 2, either we have find the value of in terms of x or x in terms of y, or we have find out whether the lines are parallel, that is no solution, or they are coincident, that is infinite many solution. So substitute the value of x or y obtained in step number 2 in the equation used in step number 1 to obtain the value of other variable. We have substituted the value of one variable by expressing it in terms of other variable to solve the pair of linear equation. That is why this method is known as substitution method. So what we have done here, we have substituted one variable in terms of other, therefore we call this method as substitution method. Now let us see few problems and understand this substitution method. The first problem is x plus y is equals to 14 and x minus y equal to 4. So I have given a pair of linear equation. I have to solve this pair of linear equation by substitution method. So I will first write these equation, give them equation 1, equation 2. Now from either of the equation, like here in this case, from equation number 2, I find the value of x. So I got the value of x as y plus 4. So x is y plus 4. Now I substitute this x is equals to y plus 4 in equation 1. So my equation 1 will become, in place of x I am writing y plus 4, so it becomes y plus 4 plus y equal to 14. That gives me 2y equal to 14 minus 4, which is 10. So 2y is 10, therefore y is 5. Now I got the value of y. Okay, have you seen what we have done? From equation number 2 we got the value of x, then we substitute this value of x in equation number 1 and we find the value of y. Now this value of y, okay, as what we have seen in steps, I should put in equation 1, but I should put in, equation 2, as from equation 2 we have find the value of x. I can put in any of the equation, I should put in equation 2, but as I got the value of x from equation 2 only, so this equation 3 is we can say that is arranged form of this equation 2. So I can put in equation 3 also. So I will put the value of y is equals to 5 in equation 3. So after putting in equation 3, what I get, x equal to 5 plus 4, which is 9. So x equal to 9 and y equal to 5 is the required solution. Have you got it? How we have done this substitution method? Yes, simple. Once again I revise what we have to do. First we have to write the two equations, then I have to write one equation, I have to rearrange and I have to write one variable in terms of other, and that value I have to substitute in other equation. Then I will get equation in one variable, and after simplification I get the value of that variable. I will put that variable in then any of the equation and I will find the other variable. Second question is, two equations are s minus t equal to 3 and s upon 3 plus t upon 2 equal to 6. Now here first equation is fine, but second equation, as here in denominator we have 3 and 2. So one way is that I will first simplify this equation by multiplying throughout with 6, which is LCM of denominator, and I will get a linear equation. Then I will solve both the linear equation as we have discussed in first problem. Okay, so I encourage you to solve this problem yourself. Answer you can check from your textbook. On the back side you will get the answer. So if it tallies, okay, or you can verify the answer by yourself by putting whatever answer you got in both the equation. If it is satisfied, then your answer is perfectly alright. Now third question, 3x minus y is 3 and 9x minus 3y is equals to 9. So let us solve this again. 3x minus y is 3 and 9x minus 3y equal to 9. From equation number 1, I will get the value of y as 3 minus value of y as 3x minus 3. Now I put the value of y as 3x minus 3 in this second equation. So I get 9x minus 3 into y. In place of y I will write 3x minus 3 equal to 9. After simplification, what I am getting? This 9x cancels and I get 9 equal to 9. Now I am getting one equation which does not include any variable, and this equation is true. So as this equation is true, I will say that the given pair of linear equation have infinite many solution. Okay, so we have seen one example where we are getting a unique solution, and here we have seen second example where we have got infinitely many solution. Now when here on either side of this equality sign, if we have some different values, then in that case we say that there is no solution. Now this fourth problem. Now this problem is in decimal, so there is nothing to worry about decimal. If you have any problem in calculation, you can multiply both the equation by 10 and you can remove the decimal part. Now from equation 1, I get the value of 2x. So value of 2x, I got 1.3 minus 0.3y. Then I divide the whole equation by 0.2, I get the value of x. Now this value of x, I will substitute in equation 2. As the value of x I got from equation 1, so I have to substitute the value of x in equation 2. So from one equation I am getting the value of one variable and I am substituting that value of x in other equation. So from one, if I am getting value of x, so I substitute the value of x in equation number 2. Now after putting in equation 2 and simplifying, what we are getting? We are getting after simplification, finally what we are getting? We are getting y as minus 0.3 upon minus 0.1, which gives me 3. So value of y is 3. Now this value of y is 3, we will put in equation number 3 as x equal to 1.3 minus 0.3y upon 0.2. You can put the value of y in equation 1 or equation 2, but it is easy to put in 3 because directly you will get the value of x. So after putting the value of y is equals to 3, I get the value of x is 2. So I will say that x is equals to 2 and y is equals to 3 is the required solution. Now here in fifth problem, I have root 2 plus root 3 equal to 0 and root 3 plus root 8 is equals to 0. So nothing to worry. Again, from one equation, like from equation number 1, I will say that root 2x equal to minus root 3y. That gives me the value of x as root 3 minus root 3 upon root 2 into y. I will substitute this value of x in equation 2. After substituting in equation 2, I get root 3 into, in place of x, I will write root 3 divided by root 2 into y plus root 8 into y equal to 0. Now here after simplification, I get 3 divided by root 2 plus root 8 into y equal to 0. As on right hand side I have 0, so when I move this term, I will get y equal to 0 upon 3 upon root 2 plus root 8, which gives me answer as 0. So value of y is 0. When we put this value of y 0 in equation, any of the equation, like in equation 3, we will get the value of x also 0. So x is 0 and y 0 is the solution. Now sixth question, 3x upon 2 minus 5 y upon 3 equal to minus 2 and x upon 3 plus y upon 2 equal to 13 upon 6. So what you should do here, you can simplify these two equations by multiplying with their LCM of denominators. So you get equation like 9x minus 10y equal to minus 12 from equation number 1, and similarly from equation number 2 you will get 2x plus 3y equal to 13. Then from equation number 4, I have named this as equation 3 and equation 4. From equation 4 we find the value of 2x, then value of x, and then we substitute this value of x in equation number 3. So after substituting this value in equation 3, we get the value of y as 3. Now I got the value of y, so I will put this value of y in this equation 5, I get the value of x. So x equal to 2 and y equal to 3 is the required solution. So in equation number 1, we have question number 1, we have seen how we use the substitution method to find the solution algebraically. Now here the second question is, solve 2x plus 3y equal to 11 and 2x minus 4y equal to minus 24, and hence find the value of m for which y equal to mx plus 3. So first, from these two given equations, we can find the value of x and y by substitution. So do substitution method and you get the value of x and y as minus 2 and 5. Now once you get the value of x and y, you substitute this value of x and y in equation y is equals to mx plus 3. So we put y as 5 and x as minus 2. After putting, we get y is 5, so 5 equal to minus 2m plus 3. That gives me the value of m as minus 1. So simple. Now third question, here we have some word problems. So we have to understand these word problems. We have to frame linear equation into variable and then we have to solve. So first question is, the difference between two number is 26 and one number is 3 times the other, find them. Question is, from the pair of linear equation, form the pair of linear equation for the following problem and find their solution by substitution method. So the question number 1 is, difference between two number is 26. So let us consider the larger number be x and smaller number be y. Then as per this first condition, I have x minus y as 26, and from second condition is this कि one number is 3 times the other. So the larger number will be 3 times the other. So I will say that x is equals to 3y. So these are the two equations given. Now if you see, the second equation is already one variable in terms of other, that is x in terms of 3y. So I will put the value of x equal to 3y in equation number 1 and I will solve and get the value of y and x. So solution, how you should do the solution, that you already know. So here what I am going to do is, only I will frame linear equations, okay, and rest is your work. So you can solve this problem further. Second question is, the larger of two supplementary angle exceed the smaller by 18 degree, find them. Now when I say supplementary angle, that means addition is 180 degree and here the difference they have given 18 degree. So again we can consider the larger angle as x and smaller angle is y. Then as per the problem or as per the condition in the problem, we have given the difference is 18, that is x minus y is 18 and the sum is 180 as they are supplementary angle. So x minus y is 18 and x plus y is 180. You can solve this problem, okay. Now third question is, the coach of a cricket team buys 7 bat and 6 ball for rupees 3800. Later she buys 3 bat and 5 balls for rupees 1750. Find the cost of each bat and each ball. So I don't know the cost of each bat and each ball. So let us assume the cost of one bat is rupees x and the cost of one ball is rupees y. So as per the first condition, we have 7 bat and 6 ball for rupees 3800. So I will say that 7x plus 6y is 3800, and second condition is that 3 bat and 5 ball, so that is 3x plus 5y is 1750. Now I have these two equations, I will solve, okay, by substitution method. Let us see the fourth question. The taxi charges in a city consist of fixed charge together with the charge for the distance covered. For a distance of 10 km, the charge paid is rupees 105, and for a journey of 15 km, the charge paid is rupees 155. What are the fixed charge and the charge per kilometer? How much does a person have to pay for traveling a distance of 25 km? So the charge consists of two parts. One is fixed charge, one is variable charge, that depends on the kilometer we travel. So per kilometer there is some variable charge. So let us consider the fixed charge be x and the variable charge be y per kilometer, okay. Then as per the first problem, for a distance of 10 km we are paying rupees 105. So x plus 10y is 105, and from the second condition, for a journey of 15 km, that is x plus 15y equal to 155. Now I have these two equations, I can find the value of x and y. Then I have to find how much we have to pay for a distance of 25 km. So for a distance of 25 km, the total amount that I have to pay is x plus 25y, okay. So as already we have find out the value of x and y, we can find the value of x plus 25y. The next question is, a fraction become 9 upon 11 if 2 is added to both the numerator and the denominator. If 3 is added to both the numerator and denominator, it becomes 5 upon 6. Find the fraction. So what they have given, that key fraction will become 9 upon 11 if I add 2 to both numerator and denominator, and it will become 5 upon 6 if I add 3 both numerator and denominator. So better let us consider the fraction be x upon y, or I will say let the numerator be x and denominator be y. So the given fraction will become x upon y. Now as per the first condition, we have x plus 2 upon y plus 2 is equals to 9 upon 11, and as per the second condition, we have x plus 3 upon y plus 3 is equals to 5 upon 6. So I can rearrange these two equations. How I will rearrange? So I can multiply this 11 with this x plus 2 and 9 with y plus 2. I will simplify, I will get one equation, and similarly I get one more equation in terms of x and y. So two equation in two variable, I can use substitution method to solve it. Now sixth problem is 5 years hence the age of Jacob will be 3 times that of his son. 5 years ago the Jacob's age was 7 times that of his son. What is their present age, or what are their present age? So here let the present age of Jacob be x year and the age of his son be y year. So as per the first condition, 5 years hence means after 5 years. So after 5 years the age of Jacob will become x plus 5 and age of his son will become y plus 5. So what is given? Ki after 5 years the age of Jacob is 3 times age of his son, that is x plus 5 is 3 times y plus 5. And from the second condition, 5 years ago Jacob says that is y minus 5 is 7 times that of his son, so 7 into y minus 5. So I will simplify these two equations and I will get two equations. Okay, I will solve those two equations by substitution method, what we have already done in first question, and we will get the answer. So here in substitution method, what we are doing, we are expressing one variable in terms of other variable and we are finding both the variables. Okay, simple. So here the chance of any mistake, like in graphical method, if we read the point of intersection incorrectly, then our solution will become incorrect. That problem is completely eliminated in this method. So algebraic method gives us the exact answer, okay, for linear equations. So here we have seen that how we can find x and y, we have seen how to solve. Second, we have seen that if based on solution some other equation is given, like y is equals to mx plus c, so how to get the value of m. And thirdly, we have seen word problems where we first convert these word equations in linear pair of linear equation into variable and then solve them by using substitution method. In the next lecture, we will see elimination method. Okay, I hope you understand this lecture very well. Thank you.